Hey people, it is Saturday, July the 19th. The time is 4:10 in the afternoon, and it's about 25 degrees Celsius. And not terribly humid today. There's a light breeze, although when you're out walking in the sun, it does feel like a fairly hot summery day, as it should here in mid-July. And I'm in downtown in the financial district. We're looking south at Front Street. You can see Union Station across the street, and some towers rising right behind, including the Sky Tower, future tallest building in Toronto, you see in the center of the shot. And here's the Royal Bank Plaza. And I thought I'd take a Saturday afternoon walk in the nice weather. Wasn't too sure where I should go, but I'm thinking maybe I'll take a walk to the well. And by the time I get to the well, depending on how much time has gone by, I might hang out there a bit after the video and maybe get something to drink. See, the Union Summer is all set up. Nice little outdoor patio. Live music oftentimes. And this is one of my favorite stretches of downtown street here. Got the awesome Royal York Hotel on one side, Union Station on the other side. Awesome view of the CN Tower, of course. And it's usually quite bustling with all the activity, since Union Station is Canada's busiest transportation hub. Yeah, the heat wave may be over, but it's still hot. It feels quite hot out here in the sun when you're not protected by any shade. There's a bit of a battleground for taxis and Ubers here to get some rides. I often hear drivers shouting at passers-by, trying to get them to hop in. I've seen taxi drivers fighting with each other. And the taxi drivers hate the Uber drivers. They only like each other when they can band together to go up against an Uber driver. We're going to head west here on Front Street. I guess this is where 1X Bus, or however you pronounce it, does their pickups and drop-offs here. I guess they don't use the bus terminal
He actually, when he left, he let me walk by.
The bus terminal is super big and busy. It's kind of a neat place to experience if you're taking a trip somewhere. That's right, I'm one of those weirdos who enjoys the atmosphere of a bus terminal. Alright, so we're going to leave the financial district behind as we make our way west. University Avenue begins, more or less. And usually I walk on the other side of the street when I'm recording through here. Because oftentimes there's loud music blaring from these establishments here. The Loose Moose is one of them, and there we go, right on cue. But I think I can get past there without any trouble, any copyright trouble. And you get views of the CN Tower from this side that you don't get from the other side of the street. Here's the new TD Terrace, or 160 Front as it's also known. One of the nicest new office towers to go up. And I think just the other day this was in the news because one of these brand new panes of glass on a very high floor cracked and then eventually shattered and fell down to the ground. So this area was cordoned off for some time until they could determine whether or not it was safe again, and eventually I guess it was. Not sure what caused that pane of glass to crack and eventually break. That happens from time to time on various tall buildings around the city. So I guess you could say the new TD Terrace has sort of been initiated now. It's a full-fledged Torontonian now that it's had some glass fall down to the street. It's one of the club now. It's crossing Simcoe Street. There's the convention center. I'm not sure what's going on there this weekend, if anything. This goes back to the 1980s, and there's been lots of talk of redeveloping it. Some new tall towers added on, and making a new convention center to replace this one, which some people say is a bit old and outdated now and not really fitting for the city any longer. But I think it's a neat building, and it certainly has a ton of exhibit space inside. is connected to a lot of other parts of downtown. Here's the CBC headquarters. It's a massive building. It takes up like almost a whole block, or half a block at least. What it lacks in height, it makes up for in girth, as I like to say. I think I have said that before. There's the Ritz-Carlton, Simcoe Place, and the RBC Tower. I'm not sure if there's something going on at the convention center. I do see people sort of coming and going or milling around a bit. Doesn't look too busy though. Probably find out easily enough. Let's ask Google. Hey Google, what's going on at the Toronto Convention Center this weekend? Oh, the Pure Worship Convention of Jehovah's Witnesses is taking place this weekend at the Convention Center. In the North Building, which is this side, there's another wing called the South Building. So there you go. Jehovah's Witnesses are taking over Toronto this weekend. There's Glenn Gould sitting on that bench with a couple of companions. He's a legendary Torontonian. Boston Pizza, which is a Canadian pizza chain named after a city in the US that is not really known for its pizza. I think that chain originated in Edmonton, Alberta, and they just thought that naming their pizza chain after Boston was a good way to make it sound like it was good pizza, even though, like I said, Boston isn't known for pizza. But it seems to have worked. It's a pretty big nationwide chain now. In my opinion, the pizza is just mediocre. Across John Street. There's a parking lot that's still hanging on here. This part of downtown used to be riddled with surface parking lots, but they've almost all been developed with new residential towers or office towers even. I think there's one other larger one over by Front Street. Yeah, if you look at some aerial views of this part of the city going back 20 years, you'll notice the incredible amount of growth. There's looking up towards the Sky Dome, Blue Jays Way. Blue Jays Way becomes Peter Street eventually if you head north. Quite the high-rise canyon now going up Peter Street. And we're almost at Spadina Avenue. That's where the well is located. See that big office tower? That's one of about 7 buildings that make up the well. The remaining ones are residential. But at the base of all those towers is a unique shopping mall that I've shown before on the channel. It's a multi-level, mostly outdoor shopping center. It has ceilings in parts to sort of protect you from the elements, but it's all open to the air. And it has a pretty high-end design to it. Some interesting architectural qualities. You'll see what I mean. We're walking past that last big parking lot in this part of downtown here. I wonder if its days are numbered. And I think the well was slow to sort of come into its own. There were a lot of naysayers saying it would not survive and it was doomed to failure and all the typical kind of things you mostly read on Reddit. But I think it's coming along all right. Looks like you got a protest making its way down Spadina. Quite a police presence here. Well, it's a day in downtown Toronto. That's pretty much par for the course. So here's the main entrance to the well. One thing though is there's always music playing in here. Can be a bit annoying sometimes. Maybe the protesters will drown out the music. Maybe I should wait for them to come a bit closer. Yeah, it looks like a pretty big one. Some are bigger than others. Alright, we'll head in on, I think this is the middle level of the well. There's that music. I knew it wouldn't let me down. They're really blasting it today. Sometimes it's low enough that it doesn't really come across too well in my videos, and other times they're blasting it at full volume for some reason. Doesn't really make sense. Just pick a volume and stick to it, right? You can see what I'm talking about. The awesome architecture in here. The selection of retailers is pretty bougie. I think this mall is meant for rather deep-pocketed people. Condo dwellers who live all around the area, including right on top of the mall here. You can see you can just go back outside. Some of the residential buildings. Tower above. Oh, I see the Wellington Market has put some little tables out. Sort of like a patio inside the mall, but you're outside as well, an inside-outside patio. It's kind of nice. So this isn't going to be a full tour by any means, just sort of a walkthrough. Looks like there's a little market of sorts set up here in the center court, if you want to call it that. This is the main part of the mall. And I think they have jazz nights also. And they have movie nights where they set up a screen and you can watch some films. Keeping an eye on the schedule for that because I think I might like to check that out sometime. flagship Indigo bookstore there. Looks like they're selling handcrafted jewelry and clothing items. This takes us back out onto Front Street. And this little seating area here in the wintertime becomes a skating rink. Rather small skating rink, but you know, it's better than no skating rink at all, I guess. Let's go down. We'll take a walk through that little market, and then we'll go back up on the other side. If it does start raining, you're protected, but you can still feel the breeze. So as I mentioned, there are 3 main levels of retail, but there's one more level down below called the Wellington Market, which is a really good food hall. Busy in the well today. Naysayers be damned. Obviously in the dead of winter it'll be a lot less active, but I've walked through here in the winter, and last winter had some pretty cold days, and there was always people in here. It's actually a good place to kind of get a little bit of shelter from the wind chill. So that was just a quick walkthrough of the well. We'll take a look at this very nicely redone part of Wellington Street. This was completely transformed along with the development. It's one sort of grubby, forgotten stretch. You know, this beautiful interlocking brick, lots of greenery, planters and benches, trees and flowers. Some nice restaurants, patio seating, all that sort of thing. So it looks like a promenade. So it'll just take us back towards Spadina Avenue. There are more shops around the periphery of the well on the other side too. Along Front Street, there's like a pizza place and some other places to check out. Prince Street Pizza is located there. busy and active this is now. Go back in time 5 years and it's almost unrecognizable compared to how it looks now. I love when you extend active parts of downtown further and further out. You can see a drone. Wonder if that protest has made its way up Spadina, if they took a turn somewhere. They might have turned onto Front Street actually and went towards Union Station. Well, eat, shop, work, live, play. I guess if you did live in one of these residential buildings, you could do all that stuff without straying far from home. I can still hear the protest. Still got lots of cops. Oh, it's still over there. Hasn't really moved very much. Seem to be parked over here at Front and Spadina. Cops on horseback over there. Back at that main entrance to the well again. I think that's Toronto's only outdoor escalator, I should mention. I might be wrong, but it's the only one I can think of offhand. Oh, they're doing a sit-in at the intersection here. That's why they haven't moved. Well, I think on that note I'm going to wrap up the video since my camera is actually about to die. So I hope you enjoyed the Saturday afternoon walkabout. We made our way from the financial district along Front Street, taking in the sights along the way, and coming here to the well for a little mini tour, not a full tour by any means. You can check out a full tour of the well on my channel if you would like to see that though. So leave a comment down below, let me know your thoughts, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Also be sure to hit that notification bell, that way you won't miss any of my videos. If you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store, and you can also support the channel by becoming a channel member or by sending a super thanks if you prefer. And you can find me on Instagram also under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and thanks to all the channel members, and be sure to keep checking back, because as always, I will continue. Looks like the cops have moved in and are starting to haul people away. Some of them are in there. There's one person being taken away. I could probably get closer, but I probably should just stay over here.